Hey guys. So, what you're going to be seeing today is actually my first performance of magic tricks. So, before all I was doing was just taking a bunch of tricks individually and showing them, whereas now I've put together sort of like a little routine. So, the thing with magic is we like to make you think that you're in control all the time. But the special thing about it is we like to take that away from you in the blink of an eye. So the first trick I'm going to show you is called the most amazing card trick in the world. Now, the reason it's called this is because it really messes with your head, and it kind of shows how powerful magic can be within the deck. So, we're going to go ahead and just pick one card anywhere you want out of the deck. This one here? Alright, good choice. So, your card is going to be the Queen of Diamonds. So I'm going to take cards from top of the deck, tell me anywhere you want me to stop. Here? Okay, so we'll go ahead and take your Queen, and just put it right here on top of the pile, and put it right down there. So when I go and snap my fingers, you're going to notice one card is actually going to reveal itself to us in the deck. So if I snap my fingers here just like that, you'll notice one card has changed from black to red. So what was it you said your card was again? Wasn't it like the, I don't know, Queen of something? So we're just going to go ahead and leave your card right down here. So I'm going to strip cards from the top of the deck again. Tell me whenever you want me to stop. Here? Good? Okay. So if we go ahead and take your new card, the Three of Diamonds. So when I go and snap my fingers again, new card will reveal itself. Well, that's weird. There's no red card in the deck. The only one I see is this one here on the table. So if I actually go ahead and lift this up, it was your new card, the Three of Diamonds. So that's pretty cool, eh? So that just shows you what powerful things we can do with different magic tricks. Now another cool thing we can do is use specific cards that have their own special powers, let's say, to do what they want. So for this one, I'm just going to ask you, what do you think a magician's favorite card in a deck is? And odds are you're probably going to say it's the Ace of Spades. And you're right, it is. But not many people know why that's a magician's favorite card. Well, the reason, in short, is that it's a time machine. It's able to bend space and time within our deck. Now, the way it needs to work is it needs a participant card to go along with it in order to go back in time. So we're going to go ahead, select one card from the deck, anywhere you want me to stop. Here? Okay. So your card is going to be the Three of Diamonds, sorry. So we're just going to go ahead, leave that right on top of the deck. Actually put it right back in the middle. Do you want your card right there? Sure, sounds good. So, the weird thing about the ace is that it needs to go back in the middle of the deck, spin around a couple times, do a few tricks, and then you'll notice the deck will actually go back to the original order it was. So remember ahead, leave the ace right in the middle of the deck. Every time I turn it around, time's going to go back about 5 seconds within the deck of cards. So if we go back 5, 10, 15 seconds in the deck, all the way to it was when our time machine was on top, and it was your Three of Diamonds in the middle of the deck. That's kind of cool things we're able to do to manipulate the deck of cards by exploiting each one's individual talents. So the next trick I'm going to do actually involves 4 special cards in the deck, and that's actually going to be our 4 jacks. Now the reason these jacks are so special is because as we went back in time, they actually lost a bit of maturity. So the kings and queens are still old and wise, however the jacks are kind of young, reckless, and not really doing much with their lives. So if we go, and we're going to put the 4 jacks in different parts of the deck, and we're going to see if we can't use each of their special talents to bring them back to the top. So let's go here and place the jacks right in the middle of the deck. There goes 1, goes 2, oops, there goes 2, there goes 3, and 4. So now all 4 jacks are within the deck. Now what we're going to do is the first jack, he's kind of the younger brother, and needs some help getting back to the top. So if we go through and take one card out of the deck, in this case it'll be our Ace of Diamonds, we're going to use the first jack's favorite activity, which is drama and dress up, in order to find out where he is. So if we should go ahead and shake the ace of diamonds, you'll notice his costume actually falls off, and it was the jack of spades all along. So to prove I'm not stacking the deck, I'll go ahead and just leave the top card in the middle of the deck. Just like that. Now, the second jack, he also needs a friend to get home. So we'll go ahead and take the five of clubs. Now this one's not really into dress up or drama or anything. This one's more into tricks and flips and being all fancy. So if we actually go ahead and give this a little flick, you'll notice it was actually our second brother. So once again, I'll go ahead and leave the top card back in the middle of the deck, just to prove there's nothing stacked. Now the third brother, he's still pretty old and wise, and he knows his way through. So if we actually go ahead and give it a tap and a flick, the third brother actually jumps right to the top of the deck. Now the fourth, he's personally my favorite. He's the magician of the family. So what he likes to do is disguise himself as someone else and turn into himself. So if I actually go ahead and give this a little flick, you'll notice it was the fourth brother. And that's all it takes to get all four jacks back to the top of the deck. So really, it's just about knowing what each card likes to do and how to manipulate each of them. Magic is so powerful, and not many people can understand how it really works. So there's one thing that's really weird about magic, and it can actually make things appear and disappear whenever they want. It's kind of funny, actually. So if I actually go ahead and show you this, we have a blank deck. The deck's completely blank. But if I go ahead and give it a snap, you'll notice everything actually comes back. And just like that, we're able to completely vanish everything on the deck of cards and return it back to normal. Now, the next trick, it's a little different, and it's a little more advanced, so it'll require a bit more participation from you guys. So this one, we're just going to just move through the deck anywhere you want me to stop. Right here, good? Okay, so the card you're going to remember is going to be the Queen of Hearts, okay? So, your Queen is going to stay right here in the middle of the deck, okay? Do you want somewhere else? Right here, good? Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go through and pick out 9 cards from the deck, and we're going to actually put those on the bottom. So, we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we'll take our 9 cards, put those right here on the bottom of our deck. Oops, missed one. And I'm going to go through and ask you if they're your card. Remember to be honest, because you can never lie to a magician, because it won't work, trust me. So, was this your card? No? Okay. Was this your card? No again. Alright, well, if you say so. Was this your card? No? Alright, so this was your card then, right? No, it wasn't the Ace of Spades. So this has to be your card, right? No? Weird. So, you know lying to a magician never works, right? Because you said your card wasn't in this pile. And if you lied, I'm going to be very heartbroken that you did, because if I can't trust my audience, who can I trust? Alright, well, if it wasn't in the pile and you're sure, I'm going to actually go ahead and just give this a little slap and make your card appear. So the problem with that trick is it does send my cards flying all over the room, and I have to go pick them up, so that's kind of inconvenient, but it's pretty neat. Now, the next trick is actually one I made up myself, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think. So for this one, we're just going to take one card from the middle of the deck, this one here. It's going to be our Two of Hearts. Now, we're actually going to need a second card as well, so let's go ahead and pick that too. So the next card is going to be the Seven of Clubs. So go ahead and leave the 7 right here near the top of the deck, and the Two of Hearts just a little lower, so that they're separated within the deck. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to take one card from the middle of our deck. It's going to be the Four of Hearts. And we're actually going to use this to find our card. So if we actually go and give it a flick, you'll notice it turned into our Seven of Clubs. Now to show you I didn't stack the deck or anything, I'm going to go ahead and just leave our top card right back in the middle. You know what, just to even prove it even more, I'll even take the second card and leave that in the middle too, right? So now what we're going to do is to find our second card, we're going to take our top card here, the 8 of spades. If I should go ahead and give it a flick, you'll notice it turns into the 2 of hearts, proving that everything is not what it seems to be. And that's a lesson you can apply to the real world, ladies and gentlemen. So our last trick here is kind of a mind bender, and not a lot of people like it just because it's really weird and tends to mess with your heads a little bit. So for this trick, all I'm going to be using is 4 different cards within the deck. Now I know what you're thinking, what kind of trick can be done with 4 cards? I promise you, it can be done, and I swear it'll blow your minds. So this trick is a little weird just in the sense that, once again, I'm only using my 4 cards, as you can see. I didn't take any extra ones, so I'm not tricking you guys with that. I'm only using 4. But what I want you to notice is that on the bottom of the deck, we have our 2 of diamonds. So if I ask you what card's on the bottom of the deck, you're going to say, well, it's 2 of diamonds. But are you sure it's still there? Yeah, I'm just messing with you. I tend to do that a lot, and it makes me a little bit less nervous, I guess. So what happens if I reverse the order of our deck? If I take 1, 2, 3 cards, put them on the bottom, well, where should the 2 of diamonds be? Well, it should be on top, right? And it is. You're correct. So I'm going to go ahead and take our 2 and put it back on the bottom of our deck. So now, where should the 2 of diamonds be? Well, it should be on bottom, right? But actually, it's still on top of our deck. Go ahead, put it on bottom for a second time. Now, at this point, you're probably thinking I still fooled you. And you're right, because it's still on top of our deck. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and put it right in the middle this time, so you can obviously see it's right in the middle of our pack. Alright? But, if I go ahead and snap my fingers, you'll notice the 2 actually jumps back to the top of the deck. Now, this time I'll go ahead and set it down here on the table. So there's no way I can even touch it. But, snap the fingers again, you'll notice it jumps right back to the top. So go ahead, put it down the table for a second time. But if I snap my fingers, once again, it just comes right back to the top of the pile. So now I know what you're thinking, I probably have 4 2 of diamonds in my deck, right? But if you take a closer look and I snap my fingers, you'll notice it's actually our 10 of spades. And if we look at our second card, that's also the 10 of spades. And our third card is the 10 of spades. And our fourth card is the 10 of spades. But that doesn't make much sense. That leaves all 4 cards to be the 10 of spades. And that's just kind of weird, isn't it? Because we had some 2s. So let's see if we can find those again. But actually, if I give it a snap, you'll notice we don't have a 2 anymore. Rather, we have a king. So go ahead, put that king down here on the table. If I give it another snap, you'll notice again, we have our second king. I'll go ahead and put that one down the table too. Now at this point, if I just give it a little snap and a tap, you'll notice we have a third king and a fourth king. So that's pretty much it. That was my first magic performance. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, message me, whatever. This was really nerve-wracking for me, doing all this stuff at once. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to put another performance together in a little bit. So take care, and see you next time.